character limit. Yeah, this is actually incredibly fucked up, dude. All right, we're gonna go to another incredibly fucked up situation. Senator Alex Padilla forcibly removed from press briefing by Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be back.
The fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been docked and what they have tried to insert into the city. So I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to do this.
Hands up, hands up.
Also, I want to
I'm
talk
Senator Alex Padilla.
specifically
I
to
have
the
questions for
rioters and
the
to the
Secretary.
politicians in
Because the
Los
fact of the
Angeles.
matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted, and how their families have.
All right, volatile situation breaking right now. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is going to be with us in a minute. California Senator Alex Padilla is now speaking outside the FBI building. Let's listen. Yeah, let's listen in.
Los Angeles today, and I was here in the federal building, in the conference room, awaiting a scheduled briefing from federal officials as part of my responsibility as a senator to provide oversight and accountability. While I was waiting for the briefing with General Guillot, I learned that Secretary Noem was having a press conference a couple of doors down the hall. Since the beginning of the year, but especially over the course of recent weeks, several of my colleagues, have been asking the Department of Homeland Security for more information and more answers on their increasingly extreme immigration enforcement action. And we've gotten little to no information in response to our inquiries. And so I came to the press conference to hear what she had to say, to see if I could learn any new additional information. And at one point, I had a question. And let me emphasize, just as we've emphasized the right for people to peacefully protest and to stand up for their First Amendment rights, for our fundamental rights. I was there peacefully. At one point, I had a question. And so I began to ask a question. I was almost immediately forcibly removed from the room. I was forced to the ground, and I was handcuffed. I was not arrested. I was not detained. I will say this. If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable. And we'll have more to say. We'll have more to say in the.
It's so wild that all of the most ridiculous fantasies of Republicans, the most ridiculous hysterics of the Republicans, of like the Democratic Party somehow enforcing tremendous control over their lives and being aggressive and militant, all of that is precisely what the Republicans are now doing to everyone. Like for years, Republicans hysterically cried about how this was what was going on. This is what the Democrats wanted to do to them. And now they are literally doing it. They're doing the actual thing that they claim the Democrats might want to do in the future.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your.
Watch to the very end when they tell the senator's staffer there's no recording allowed as they drive him to the ground after physically removing him from a press conference. Yes, their position is that there is no recording allowed at a press event.
If you let my hands go and put behind my back.
All right, cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
I did not know. There's no recording
What do you mean there's no recording allowed in here?
allowed out here per FBI, right?
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go and put behind my back.
All right, cool.
Other hand. Lay flat.
I mean, Alex Padilla is right. If they do this to a senator for asking a question, what are they doing to everybody else? What are they doing to average citizens who don't have this protection?